Yo, how's everybody once again? So, it's a well known fact that the majority of the people nowadays use smartphones, whether it may be either Android phones or Apple iPhones. However, it seems like so many people, which I can never fathom until this day, prefer iPhones over Android phones. In fact, iPhones are so overrated and popular to the point where even when you go to establishments while paying for items and you use the contactless pay or uh, tap to pay option, okay, now I do understand. And speaking of which, when Android phones, there is an option where you could use for the contactless pay option, the Google Pay option, or either now for my Android Samsung um, owners specifically, they also have the option because I am a Samsung user. They have the option, or we have the option to use either Google Pay or Samsung Pay while paying for things. PayPal as well. However, it seems to me, I don't know if it's just with me, but it seems like every time I tell cashiers at what it may be, a restaurant I may go to, a gas station, grocery store, with a few grocery stores or a few cashiers I still do see at grocery stores, as soon as I may tell them that I would like to use a contactless pay option by paying my phone, the first thing they may say is Apple Pay. I mean, just because the majority of people have iPhones doesn't mean that everybody uses specifically Apple Pay, which from time to time irritates me because they make it seem like the people, when you go to places to pay for things and you get waited on or attended to by cashiers, specifically younger cashiers that's in I would say, early 30 age bracket and below, they always, the main payment method they assume you always are using as your default payment method is Apple Pay. And it's way more methods, payment methods than that. We use the contactless or tap to pay option because, like I was just stating, you have Samsung Pay. You also have, and that's once again for my Samsung phone users and people that own Samsung phones primarily. You have also Google Pay. You also have PayPal. If I'm not mistaken, you could pay using Venmo as well. Apple Pay. I mean, everyone doesn't have iPhones. To me, I think iPhones are some of the most overrated smartphones on the market now. Don't get me wrong. I do know that people that do prefer iPhones prefer them due to status, mainly because of status, because of the name, first and foremost, the price range, and this is just from my perspective. Once again, the name, the name of the brand, Apple, the price range, because they are some pretty expensive phones, especially the most newer models, the ones that are over 2 years old and newer, and then the camera quality, if not that, the picture quality. However, when most Android phones have just as superb both picture and camera quality as the average iPhone, if not better. And my point of saying all this is that people need to stop putting so much hype on, or hyping up Apple products, because just like you have problems and defects with all other brands of electronic products, so do you with Apple products. And I said it for the most part because they are man-made. Even if they, as the average person looks at them, are some of the most superior quality products right now on the market. But they're still bound, like I was just saying, they have problems and give people defects and complaints. Once again, because they are man-made, and due to the simple fact that we're not perfect. The people that manufacture these products and produce these products. Also, on top of that, the people that manufacture these products, if I'm not mistaken, in China, are paid very little. I do mean very little to manufacture these phones. Although most people, for the most part, that buy these phones who are specifically into nothing but iPhones. If it's so many people that hype up iPhones and are into iPhones, to the point where if you were to offer some, I could imagine an iPhone, well, not iPhone, anything other than an iPhone, for instance, it could be the Google Pixel phone, the newest Google Pixel phone, which has, from what I have been hearing, so very superb and superior both picture quality and camera quality. The average person, average iPhone fanatic and user will look at that as an insult. And I wanted to just, when it all comes down to it, the bottom line is everyone doesn't use an iPhone, number one, nor have an iPhone, although iPhones are very popular products, nor does everybody use specifically Apple Pay for their default contactless pay or tap to pay method or option whenever they may use the contactless / tap to pay option, what it may be, once again, at grocery stores, restaurants, gas stations, just wherever, which is pretty mainstream now, the contactless pay and tap to pay option, specifically due to the outbreak that happened and became popular 2 years ago. I'm sure a lot of you kind of know what I'm hinting at. Anyway, let me know your feedback on this particular topic, how you feel about whether iPhones are so much more superior than other brands of smartphones on the market. Also, how do you feel about when you use the contactless pay option and you're out at an establishment paying for items? The cashiers are always assuming, first and foremost, you plan on using Apple Pay as a form of contactless pay. Once again, which is clearly not the only form or method of contactless pay. So leave your comments. Feel free, first and foremost, leave your comments, like the video, make this channel more viral, both this video and channel more viral. Last but not least, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, be safe out there and be blessed.